If Turkey has been sitting on your travel bucket list, you are not alone. From the magical skyline of Istanbul to the white terraces of Pamukkale, Turkey feels like a bridge between the worlds, literally and then culturally. But before packing your bags, there is one crucial thing that you should sort out, and it is the Turkish visa application, especially for those applying from Ghana. So in this guide, I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know about the Turkish visa, including the Turkish visa applications, interview processes, processing time, and then how to check your Turkish visa application online, and then how to avoid rejection. So make sure to watch this video to the end, as it is going to be very detailed and informative. So stay tuned, I'll be back shortly. Alright, welcome back guys. The channel is adija.com. Over here, what I do is I give you detailed information regarding the travel and tour industry. So if you want to learn about how to go about your visa applications, be it for study, tourism or business, then this is the right platform that you should subscribe to. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button, as you are going to be notified on all the subsequent videos that I'm going to be uploading. So back to the topic for today. So one may ask, why visit Turkey? So Turkey is a blend of European and Asia, modern life and ancient history. Whether you are going for tourism, business, education or work, Turkey offers rich cultural, world-class cuisine and affordable travel experiences. So it's like stepping into a living museum, only with better food, right? So who needs a Turkish visa? So in as much as we are focusing on this visa application from Ghana, Ghanaian passport holders must obtain a visa before traveling to Turkey. So visa free entry is not available, and then Turkey e-visa option also does not apply to Ghanaians. So this means that a physical application through the embassy or authorized visa center is mandatory in order to secure a Turkish visa as a Ghanaian passport holder. So let's look at the types of visas for Ghanaians, right? But before I go into the Turkish visa, there are some countries that allow Ghanaians to travel to without obtaining visa, and I have videos on them, so you can look out or check out my other videos, and then you can know the countries that you can travel to as a Ghanaian passport holder for free without having to apply for visas. So I'll leave it in the description so you can check out on them, but let's focus on this topic as it is about Ghanaians applying for Turkish visa. So let's look at some of the Turkish visas for Ghanaians. We have Turkey tourist visa, which is perfect for holidays, family visit or short leisure trips. So usually it is being issued as a single or multiple entry, and then it has a limited validity or stay period, right? We also have the Turkish business visa, and this is for people who are traveling for meetings, conferences, trade fairs or business negotiations, right? So as far as this visa is concerned, an invitation letter from a Turkish company is being required in order to qualify for this visa application. And then also we have the Turkish student visas, which is issued to applicants admitted into Turkish universities or institutions. And so this is a long term, and then the documentation is very heavy, right? We also have the Turkish work visa, and then it requires a job offer and approval from a Turkish authority, right? So this visa process usually starts in Turkey by the employer, and then the rest are being sent to the applicant or the employee to process the rest from Ghana, right? We also have the Turkish transit visa, which is for travelers passing through Turkey to another destination and then needing to exit the airport, right? So let's look at some of the requirements for Ghanaians applying for Turkish visa. So generally the requirements are passport, which is a valid Ghanaian passport, and it should be at least 6 months old validity, and then it must be beyond the travel date, right? It must have a minimum of 2 blank pages, right? Now the next is financial statement for the last 6 months, and then also you must prove of stable income. Take you want to see that you can support yourself, and then no financial tightrope working in their country. So you must make sure that you have enough capital or funds on you by demonstrating that you have enough means by showing your pay slips, financial statement, and others, right? So there are some additional documents by visa types. That is the invitation letters for people who are going for the purposes of business or family visits. And then also we have hotel reservations, flight reservations. So with the hotel reservations, I have a video on how to do hotel reservations in my video, so you can check it out. I'm gonna leave it also in the I'm gonna leave it in the description side, so you can know how to do a hotel reservations without paying anything. It's free. You only pay when you go to the country, right? You pay at the facility or the hotel once your visa has been approved, then you travel to the country. And then also flight reservation also. So with this one also, you are not going to pay anything. So I have a video on it, and then you watch and then see how you can do a flight reservation without paying anything, or you pay something small and then you can have a flight reservation just for the purpose or the purposes of this visa application, right? And then also you there's employment letter or school admission letter for those of you who are going to work or who are going to study, right? So let's look at the Turkish visa application process from Ghana. So the first step is determine the type of visa that you are going to apply. So choose the visa that matches your travel purpose. A mismatch here is like wearing the wrong shoe to a marathon. You probably won't going to fail. It won't end well. So make sure you know the purpose for which you are traveling, and then the type of visa that you should apply for. And then the next thing is you are going to complete the Turkey visa application form. So the Turkey visa application form must be filled correctly. Any inconsistency can trigger delays or rejection. And then the third step is you booking Turkey visa appointment. So appointments are booked through Turkish embassy or visa application centers in Ghana. And then the fourth step is attending Turkey visa interview. Yes, the Turkey visa interview is mandatory for most applicants. Be honest, calm, and confident, right? And then the fifth step is biometric and blah 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 blah. So before we wrap up, I'm going to walk you to my screen and then take you through the process, how you can go about the Turkish visa application. So let me take you to my screen. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to type Turkish embassy in Ghana. Turkish embassy in Ghana. So let me select this option, and then so it says Republic of Turkey, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Accra. So this is the embassy's website. So let's click on this, and then you also have Embassy of the Republic of Ghana are listed at the Google Business. So we can also use this side, and then we go to the embassy, right? So you click on that. Let me reload and see. Okay, so I think this link is broken, so let's go back and then let's use this website. So let's click this. Okay, so on this website you could see that it says Embassy of Turkey, Embassy of the Republic of Turkey in Accra, and then we have the ambassador's image and information is over here. So over here, what we are going to do is we are going to click Consular Service menu. And the page is in Turkish, so let's translate it into English so we can read it. Okay, so over here, let's navigate downwards and see if we can. Okay, So at the menu here, we could see that visa. So let's come to the visa information, right? So it's loading. Okay, so as we are here, what we are going to do is let's navigate downwards. So visa is not listed, so let's click view all transactions and see if we can get information on tourism, right? So all right, so on this website, we could see that they've mandated the visa applications through an agent, right? So the agency's name is Voya Visa Accra. So this is where they are located, Sula Loop, Laboni, Accra, Ghana. So this is where they are located. So we have their website, agency website. So let's click and then we are going to be directed to the agent's website where we can get our visa application processed. So this website is also, so let me search it and then. Okay, so it's working now. voyavisa.com. All right, so on this website, what we are coming to do is we are going to select our country. So we are applying as Ghanaian, so let's click Ghana. Now it says that Turkish Visa Application Center, the fastest and most comfortable way to get a Turkish visa. So we could see that we have all the requirements, documents required for people applying for the purposes of business. We have passport, must be valid for at least 6 months. We have valid residency permit for foreigners living in Ghana. We have passport data page. You must bring photocopy of it. We have one American size passport picture, hotel, flight reservation, travel insurance is compulsory to buy from the center. And then also we have business invitation letter, intro letter from your company. So it's a whole bunch of documents that you are supposed to provide. And then also for those of you attending conferences, we have invitation letter for the event from Turkey, or event registration document with address and contact, introductory letter from your company using the company's letterhead, paper showing employment date, salary and promotions if applicable. We also provide appointment letter if an employee, certificate of company registration and tax clearance certificates, originals and then photocopies if applicable. Sponsor letter if you are not sponsoring your trip. Yeah, and then also bank statement of sponsorship or applicant for the last 3 months, evidence of work, that's demonstrating 3 months pay slip, supporting documents, example, property ownership. So these are all for those attending conferences and right. So these are the documents that students also have theirs over here. right? So after you've known all these documents, the next thing that you are going to do is you are going to appointment, right? You are going to book an appointment. So it's either you walk in, you can walk in and then they will process it for you and schedule an appointment, or you can call these phone numbers here, which is their phone number, and then you book an appointment with them. And then also there's an email address here where you can, you know, send them an email explaining your conditions to them, and they are going to book an appointment with you. And then on the day of your appointment, make sure to go and then attend your appointment. Go with your document, original copies, and then also photocopies of the documents, and then prepare for the visa fees, right? Prepare for the visa fee. So mostly Turkish visa fee. So on the day of your interview or appointment, the common question or interview question is, why are you traveling? Who is sponsoring your trip? How long you will stay? So make sure to answer clearly and truthfully. Think of it as a conversation, not an interrogation, right? Be free, and then just, make it friendly, like you having a conversation with a friend or someone closer to you. And then also, so the processing time for Turkish visa, the standard is 10 to 15 working days, but it can, be extended due to workload or inaccuracy of your documents, right? So make sure to have enough documents and then process everything, so it can be processed within the time frame or the 10 to 15 days working period, right?